And a one fish, two fish. And a one fish, two fish. And a red fish, and a one fish, two fish. And a red fish, and a one fish, two fish. And a red. Oh, I don't have the YouTube had cooked up. Hold on. YouTube ski. Hey, Quasi's having a live showing of something. Quasi's live over on YouTube. Which we've got a Quasi video right here. Hold on, I still have to do a sound check. And thank you for all the shout outs, Charles. I'll have to do a sound check. Okay, I think I'm good. For all the shout outs, Charles. I'll have to do a sound check. Okay, all right, we're good. Let's go over to the Discord. Oh, Charles is having issues. Charles' phone is not playing nice.
What's up, Chris?
Hey, Charles.
There's the man of the hour.
It's Willie. I got my volume up too loud in my ears. Hold on.
Hello.
Catherine.
Hello. Is that Atherin? The Atherin?
It is.
What's
The
going
gang's all here.
That's it.
Yeah, all of us are here now.
Yeah, full house tonight.
on? Shotgun
Today.
tambourine.
Two things. Chris, I put a picture in the alt gallery to be safe.
I think
didn't
that
know
looks
if it was
fine.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then Atherin, the issue you had with the armpits bunching, did you deforce it or not?
Oh, I deforced it.
Really? Damn.
Yeah. When the arm is straight up, it deforced. A little funny.
Yeah, because the only reason that the long sleeve raglan got deforced is because when you raise the arms, it turned to hell. And I'm like, that's not what shirts do. I guess I'll cave and use deforce.
Hey, Rod.
Did it not come with that warning on the packet?
I put one in the alt gallery too, Chris. Can you show it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm thinking the way you're asking that question, that would be probably no.
I personally think you can show it, but I didn't zoom in on the picture. After I zoomed in on the picture, I plead the fifth.
Okay. After you... All right.
Chris never
wait.
zooms in though, does he?
No.
Wait. Is the gang all here? Where's Art? Is Art moving the escalator or is he in chat?
I don't know where Art is. Art may still be napping. Who knows?
Uh-oh. Willie was napping.
Willie was napping.
Yeah, I took a nap.
Willie took
I
a
was
nap.
left all alone.
Very refreshing.
So first thing in the gallery is this is from Quasi.
Given the time of day, isn't it normal for Willie to be napping?
Yeah, middle of the night here.
It is midnight. Or no, 2 a.m.
Yeah.
What's this thing we're looking at, Chris?
This is from Quasi. It's
There's
an
no
animation.
picture up there.
What's that?
There's no picture up there.
There's no picture up there.
I see it.
Cast a new age. Start.
Yeah, Castlevania New Age.
New Age.
I mean, I'm down for watching it.
What? You don't see that?
No.
No, like you got YouTube up.
That's right.
Castlevania.
That's the first thing up. Castlevania New Age by Quasi.
Oh,
Is that what it is? Okay.
I'm saying it.
That's what it is.
It's a good thing we're down for watching it then.
So yeah, the good thing I had it queued up ready to watch. So here we go. I'm going to hit that start button, and then I'm going to not say anything for a minute and a half. That might have been a little loud.
I'm getting a repeat.
What is it, Belmont? Why do you
I got
disturb my
sound
peace?
off, so I know it's not coming from
I
me.
want you to cease to exist, Valdera. It is as simple as that.
You can
I've
no
got my
more
hearing aid
dispatch me
thingy
than a
on.
fly could, Belmont. At least not without your
So you guys
tools.
don't get it.
Why did you do it, Valdera?
What have I done?
You know damn well what you've done, Valdera. Merilos. He has been released, and only you have that type of power and knowledge.
Ah, once again making claims with no proof of the things you speak.
You want proof? Then you'll have it.
All right, that's from Quasi.
I'm confused. Hi, Art.
Hey, Art. Art, there's Art.
Yep. I summoned you, Art.
You're out.
I get back over to the gallery now. I'm lost.
Excuse me.
Oh, there we go.
It's the first official Saturday night of summer.
That's right. Official. It's official. It's officially summer now. It's not just unofficial.
I mean, you say that, but in 3 days we go back down to the 60s. So I think it's the official summer preview weekend for us. But
The days are going to just get shorter from here on.
yeah, right.
The end is nigh.
I just talking to a mate here, and he said, "Oh, I just thought I'd ring you, tell you it's the shortest day."
That's right. It's the shortest day.
Chris, I'm gonna turn shout outs over to you.
Oh,
I've done
okay.
most everybody. But I'm fixing to lean back here because my head's hurting.
Oh, I'm sorry, Charles.
I won't be able to reach the keyboard.
Got it.
Right, sweet prince.
Yeah. Sleep well, mate.
I'm not gonna sleep, but
You might.
Yeah.
You might.
Yeah, don't make promises you can't keep.
well, the audio's on. If I start snoring, y'all can yell at me.
Okay. So this is one of the promos. This is the last promo for the 40s Liberty lingerie set. I submitted that to Daz a couple days ago.
Cool.
See how that goes.
Art says, "Take it easy, Charles. Snore gently." Okay.
Thanks, Art.
I can read it and I can still talk, but I can't reach. I can reach my keyboard, but I have to lean up. I don't want to have to do that.
Okay.
Oh, these are really cool.
This is from Leo.
Now, these are all done in Daz, but rendered in. These are all Daz characters, from what I read on there.
Okay. So
I'm gonna start rendering in Blender.
blended.
wearing
Yeah.
sunglasses so you can't tell what I'm looking at.
He needs to change his shampoo. Got dandruff.
Just a little bit.
Could be Fallout.
Hey, Leo, how
Well,
you
yeah,
doing?
yeah.
Speaking of which,
That is-
yeah, Art just summoned Leo into the chat.
Yeah. Would
Nice.
that burn big holes in your head, Loki?
The hair
It
didn't have
depends on
enough
the Fallout, I
samples.
guess.
Yeah. So, in addition to the portrait above, created additional images of minor characters for my story. All local law enforcement that the main characters encounter.
Those look really, really good.
All Daz characters rendered in Blender.
Well.
Here we go.
That was just my sarcastic Kiwi sense of humor, Luke.
The Kappas.
I question if they're real police. I haven't seen a single donut in any of these shots yet.
Ouch.
Oh, there you go.
They
There you go,
have their
Kiwi.
they have their hands out of shot. So
Yeah, Kiwi. The
Yeah.
stuff in the hair was donut. It was donut crumbs.
Well, there
Oh,
you-
okay. Yeah. Yeah.
how'd it get up there?
And Rod spent most of the
She
day.
was startled. She went to take a bite. And her partner snuck up behind her, and he went, "Stick him up!" And she was like, "Ah!" And her hands went up, and the donut went everywhere and fell into her hair.
Yeah.
You should have added powdered sugar. These are nice and clean, though. These look great.
Yeah, it really makes me want to try to render in Blender.
This first day at work, is it? Just out of the academy.
Pretty, yeah. And Rod spent most of the day crawling around on the floor trying to get photos of video card connections on your newest and oldest machines and my Cintiq for my Wacom compatibility stuff. That sounds like fun.
I recognize this dude from the Des store.
Yeah.
Looks like Ice Cube, but
Ice
skinnier in
Cube
the
is
face.
Ice Cube is black. This is a white guy.
Okay.
Isn't it? That ain't no white guy goatee, man. That's
Yeah.
got Avery Brooks written all over it.
And Ice Cube has gotten lighter over the years, just like Michael Jackson did. Ice Cube started Michael Jackson shade back in the 80s and whatnot, and then got lighter as he aged.
Mm.
But you thought he
It's
looked
a
like the
it's a
Hellboy
skin-
actor?
Is it a skin condition?
Oh,
like
Ron.
Michael Jackson?
Ron Perlman?
Yeah, Ron Perlman. He looks like Ron Perlman.
Ron Perlman used to be black.
No.
Yeah,
Little known
it's
fact.
a skin.
Was it-
It's a skin condition.
Hmm.
Wasn't Michael
Oh, wait, was I
Jackson's
thinking-
skin condition on the end of a needle of some sort?
Ron Perlman was
I-
the voice of Darth Vader.
I take it
What
back.
did-
I confused my ice. I was thinking Ice T, not Ice Cube. I just Googled, and I'm like, wait, Ice Cube's a lot darker than I thought he was. Wait, that's not the one I'm thinking of. Ice T. Ice T.
Mm.
He's looking good, man.
Did not Michael Jackson drink bleach or something?
This is a cop from South Central.
Michael Jackson did not drink bleach. Michael Jackson had vitiligo, supposedly, allegedly.
Yeah, that's what he said.
I thought that came in patches. I thought he just didn't go out in the sun.
I thought he was taking
yeah,
some.
Art. Ice Cube, Ice T, and Mr. T.
All them T's look the same.
No,
Yeah, I
well,
said it.
no.
I vaguely remember seeing an article where he was taking something to make himself whiter.
And now we've got some from Willie here.
I made this one special because the the original is not suited.
It had a little bit of
Yeah. Why is that
texture
not a
problem.
surprise? Chris, you'll have to trademark your back shots, mate. Somebody's stealing them.
Well, I mean, that's Chris's outfit right there.
It is.
Willie made
Yes,
Chris's
it is.
obligatory back shot.
That's right. My obligatory back shot right there.
Yeah.
This is
The,
Amy with Chris's
the original
Midsummer.
was actually an obligatory crack shot.
Yeah, right.
I do not see any crack. It's
No, not on
perfect.
this one. No.
Oh,
Not
not
on
got
this
the
one,
black
but
and the
you've
texture.
seen the original, Chris. You've seen
Yes,
the original.
that's right. I've seen the original. I already forgot what it looked like, though. That was
I
more than
suppose
an
we're gonna
hour.
go over. Gonna go over to Devon Art. do we?
Did it not leave an impression, Chris? Come on.
Jose, we've learned something about Chris today. He's a liar.
Liar. I lie. Of course I'm a liar. What the hell?
Yeah.
I'm an
I heard Mitch
American, damn it.
McConnell blames you for things. What do you think about that?
Mitch
Anyhow.
McConnell's an easy scapegoat or scape turtle.
That's right.
No, I said I heard that Mitch McConnell blames Chris for everything.
It's just fair. It's
Yeah.
only fair.
That's retaliation.
Yeah. Somehow he found out.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Chris has been copying Mitch McConnell's dialogue.
Shh. I've been getting ChatGPT to do that for me.
Learn how to tell the truth, Mitch McConnell style.
Oh. Wait. Did you say both of those, Truth and Mitch McConnell, in the same sentence?
Sorry.
Well, could be worse. He could have said he who shall not be named.
Can that not be true?
Well, I don't know. Anyhow, here's another one from Willie.
I just looked up a picture of Mitch McConnell, and he does actually look like the storybook turtle from the Daz store.
Mhm.
It's because I used Mitch as the inspiration for that.
Maybe.
You heard that there's a park called, and I'm not saying that on stream. The Art's trying to get me to say stuff now.
There's
I see that.
that word there is a major road name in damn near every state too.
It must be hard work getting all his images out without his walking sticks in the shop.
So what is this? This is Pepper, right? 3D Loki's Pepper.
Yeah, that's Pepper.
And she's wearing the raglan.
The long sleeve raglan. That's the one. That's the full figure shot of the medium shot I shared last week.
Okay. Are these in the store yet, or they're coming soon?
The long sleeve raglan?
Yeah.
Yeah, the long sleeve is available.
Okay.
Wait.
As
no,
an
it's
early.
not.
The long sleeve. The long sleeve is.
The long sleeve's at my Ko-fi that nobody goes to. It'll be there for at least one more day. It goes to Rendo on the 23rd.
Okay.
So 2 more days it's live at Rendo.
It's available where Willie shops.
So yeah, you could buy it if you actually went and shopped at that Ko-fi, but you're not one of those 3 people.
Bundle.
You're probably not one of the 3 people doing that.
So far 2 people bought it.
I want it to be known that I'm very angry that's not on Daz, so I can use as the catalyst to get all these bonuses and all the ultra shit. I went looking for lots of socks and I couldn't find them. I wanted to give you money, aka like 20 cents.
Yeah, if I had submitted that to Daz, you wouldn't be able to buy it for another month or 2. So be happy I put them elsewhere.
Yeah, but you're not getting me a deal.
What?
You're getting them all for free. What better deal do you want? Jesus.
I don't want your shit for free. I want other people's shit for free.
Well, you can always buy something from Chris's store, Daz. He always has new stuff dropping.
That's right.
Yeah. Speaking of which, it's still freaking wish list weekend.
He wants a better deal. You need to do the renders for him.
I ain't got time for that. I really got time for my own renders.
All right, here's another one from Willie. Naomi wearing new short sleeve raglan.
Yeah, that's a
You
new short
recognize
sleeve.
those pants, Chris?
Yeah, I recognize those pants. God, those things are old.
Yeah.
The short sleeve raglan will be in early access next week sometime at my Ko.
I think I made those pants in 2020.
Damn.
Yeah, they have a Genesis 2 and a Genesis 8 version.
Yeah.
No others.
Yeah, Farrell
where's
wanted
the logic
those.
in that?
Don't tell us she's Genesis 9.
Okay, he won't tell you.
I don't use G9 if I can help it.
I didn't think so.
And here's another one with Naomi wearing a graphic short sleeve raglan shirt.
Yeah, I love that one. You don't have to die to be dead to me. That might be the favorite one out of that set.
I gave her the expression to go with that, to go with the slogan. It was like, look at the shirt. Now out the door you go.
Wait, that's my Naomi?
Yes, that is your Naomi.
Dude really can't spot his own
Dude.
characters.
I
love
really have
Naomi.
model
She's
blindness. I
awesome.
really, truly have model blindness.
Yeah, but I love Naomi. She's awesome.
Yeah, and this is stylish.
See what happens
She
when you
looks
change the haircut?
truly unique. I love her.
It's not that Kiwi. I cannot pick my girls out of a lineup. But I heard Naomi. I was like, wait, I have a Naomi, and it's an
Yeah,
African American model. Is that my
that's-
Naomi?
That's yours. Yeah, that's yours.
Yeah.
God.
And something not by Willie. This is from Atherin.
Look, no Raglins. Yay!
Do you tweak the sliders, Willie, when you use a character like that?
On this Naomi one, I didn't. She's out of the box. The
It's been another
makeups
one of them
from
weeks.
the makeups from the model just added the afro hairstyle.
Atherin, what's going on here?
So I realized that I had like all the captain's daughters gathered up, and we were telling dirty sex stories, but some of them were really too young. So I went back and I kicked them out. This is them
Good.
getting kicked out. They're getting
Probably a
sent to
good
chores.
call.
Yeah, it's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Like, come on, Dad.
We were gonna talk about boobs. No, you're gonna go do your chores. Get out.
That's right.
Whoever with the green hair's got the right expression.
Go run around in the greenery in the greenery zone.
Yes.
Rod, I feel that deep in my soul. I agree.
Yeah.
Although I still want to
Yeah,
make a T-shirt that says,
that hits home.
I want to make a T-shirt that
Yeah.
says, "I'm getting stronger in my older age. I can now lift $100 worth of groceries with one hand."
I'm gonna cry now.
Wait,
I'm so
wait for
hungry.
the next inflation adjustment. You won't need to get stronger.
I'll be able to lift $200 worth of groceries with half a hand. Hey, Farrell's
Hey,
here.
Farrell.
Hey, Farrell.
Yeah.
Just
Hi,
stopped in for a
Farrell.
second, saw the
Farrell,
previous
Farrell.
image. Hey, good to see you,
I
Farrell.
think everyone's gonna like that shirt. Everyone's gonna like the Dead to Me shirt. That's good.
Hello, we're buying mash up drink now.
Okay, so what is this? The two that are going to tell dirty stories, kicking the other ones out?
Atherin.
His
I don't know.
mic's turned off.
He's
guess
yeah, he's
Oh,
muted.
his mic, his cat muted his mic
Yeah.
again.
I assume he deliberately made them swell headed.
I hope so. He's probably sitting there talking and not realizing it again. Who knows? Anyhow, eventually Atherin will come back and tell us what's going on.
Because you wouldn't get an optical illusion like that, I wouldn't think. Using the wrong lens.
So I had a moment to get the dress that I was working on rendered today.
Nice.
Looking good, Chris.
Rockabilly
What
swing
car
dress.
is that?
That is a 1958 Impala. It is actually a poser model.
I literally thought it was
I
a
think
57.
I have an Impala, but I haven't
Well,
used
it said it was a 58. I'm not a car guy, so I can't say that for sure.
I'm not either, but whenever I see that color scheme and that back edit and that back looking part, it's always a 57.
Yeah.
So I just look at things and say that's a 57, but I also thought it was a 57 Chevy.
Also, the materials are organized nicely, so I just had to change 3 of them to pop it for iRay.
Nice.
I
Oh wait,
don't
this is
Don't remember any cars in the States having a straight back on the hood like that.
Oh yeah.
Back in the day.
Yeah, is that a Chevy? Is it a Chevy Impala or is it a Ford Impala or is
I
it
think
a
that's a Chevy.
Buick Impala?
I think it's a Chevy.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
I know some things. Yeah.
Yay.
That's way back before the badge swapping, isn't it?
For the what
But
swapping?
the badge swapping. The bodies were actually different.
Bodies were actually, I think,
Was it 1960 or something where Escort and Ford Escort started putting out the same body for everything?
yeah, but
Just
that
a
wasn't
different
the.
badge.
I think. Well, the Ford Escort is what, 80s, 90s.
Yeah, 84, I think.
Yeah,
And that is a 56 Impala.
that is a 56 Impala, not a 58.
Yep. No, the 58 has a
Ah.
different two-tone on the back.
So they.
Yeah.
Ooh, ladybug dress.
Atherin's back.
Hey, Atherin's back.
Cat was annoying me. She wanted snacks. So
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's the Rockabilly swing dress. It's what I was working on today on the first part of stream. Comes with the shoes. So I set it there with a 1950s car. So let's go back and ask Catherine. So what are these ladies up to?
oh, they're listening to the dirty stories
Okay.
because they're old enough.
All right.
Barely. Barely.
18 and a day.
It's their birthday in the picture.
That's right.
I actually wrote in the legal age limit as a configurable. You know what? Never mind.
Okay, now we have a view here for Mr. Rod Shelley.
Nice.
Here's a view from my massive collection. Hope you enjoy. Haven't done much art lately, but I'm getting some ideas for the next TNA chapter. Stay tuned.
Is that a what's the word I'm looking for? Is she really in that room, or is she?
It looks
Standing in
like a composite.
Yeah, that don't look like a poser room.
Well, looks like a composite.
It does.
Maybe he took a poser girl into Daz.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bigger things will
composite.
happen.
Okay.
Composited. Yeah.
I might not be able to pick my models out of a lineup scene and go, that's not a poser room. If poser looked like that, I wouldn't have moved to Daz so quick. Or if I was Eurogenesis, because GJ can really make some stuff look amazing at poser.
Yeah. I was getting okay stuff rendering out of Poser back when I switched to Daz. It's just that they were losing the cool figures.
Well, to me,
This is
everything in
another Rod
poser
shot.
has a slight cartoony look to it, right? And I always wanted to go. I wanted to lean more realistic, even though I was stuck with the stylized models. Like I wanted to kind of take that and like move it to a more realistic look. And no matter what I did with poser, it all looked like a cartoon.
Mhm.
And Daz was putting out like photorealistic
Yeah.
renders. and
Well,
I was like,
Iray was
yeah.
the straw that broke the camel's back for me with Poser.
Mhm.
That's poser too, isn't it?
Oh,
This
yes.
is Poser. This
Yeah,
is from
this is
Rod.
Poser.
Yes. This isn't a composite. That's an actual scene, right?
I'm gonna say the background might be composite, but that table is real.
Rod says yes, it is.
Yes, it is a composite, or yes, it is a scene. Don't just say yes, damn it.
Yes. That's right.
This is an improv.
Yeah.
It's not yes and.
That's a good answer because you can assume you're right then,
That's it.
Yeah,
whoever
right.
you are.
No, I don't need to be right though. I'm just because it could just be a depth of field thing.
Yeah.
Table's part of the
Table's
set.
part of
PG
that
is a
background is
photo.
photo. Yes,
Okay.
yes. If only I could find my own
Yeah.
models.
You're working way up to models.
Yeah, right.
You can already distinguish backgrounds and photos.
Right. I just can't find my own freaking models.
That's just a model in the background, right?
don't-
Actually, this.
That's like some sort of DM set or something like that.
I don't know about
A
DM, but
wall
I
or-
have a set really similar to this, so I
Mhm.
think this is a full ass scene.
The next one is
The
real.
next one is real. Wink.
Wink.
The wink hurts. The wink hurts.
This is real. Are we looking at the real one, or am I looking at the wrong one?
Real awesome.
Yeah, there you
Well, this would
go.
be realizing
What?
that's a plain and poser, and those are poser models. However, that ground is an HDRI, I think, or a ground plane. Get it? Ground plane.
got
Ha
it.
ha ha ha.
Yeah.
I see what you did there, Loki.
Not intentional either. That's the problem.
That's right.
Have to
Start
be
your
a ground.
engines.
Have to be a ground plane. They're not floating.
All right.
That's okay. For a second, I thought this was AI. I thought I saw that the green hair chick had 3 hands for a minute.
3
I'm like, wait,
hands.
1, 2, 3. What the?
Oh.
Oh, okay. Never mind. The other girl's holding
Yeah.
the side.
And in what direction? In what direction will that propeller go?
Yeah.
Which girl is gonna lose her hand?
Never mind the hand. It's got to carve up the bodies a bit too, isn't it? It's gonna get
Well,
real
yeah,
messy.
And probably kill the third with the shrapnel being thrown.
Yeah.
Look at the new
Yeah,
weight
the-
loss
where-
trend I found
where's
on
the-
TikTok,
where's the
guys.
pilot?
Right.
Tackle him before he gets to the plane.
All right. Good stuff,
Stand
Rod.
forward, your Ozempic. Just stand out before the by the propeller and give it a spin.
But,
Oof.
but nothing's going to
They
happen.
still can't decide in what direction they're gonna pull the propeller to start her up.
Well, yeah, because they don't know, they've got one side each to stop it spinning.
Yeah, right, right. They weren't attached to those hands.
Yeah, they can be replaced these
Okay.
days with 6 and 8 fingers.
Loki, who is it?
Okay, well, I know the one on the left is Tabitha because it's.
Okay.
I know that because you
The other
always
one
use
isn't yours.
Tabitha. Huh?
The other one isn't yours.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
What? Traitor? That ire? Is that what that is?
Trying out Loki stuff.
Yeah, they're playing dress up.
Yeah. They're checking out those. Are those are your shirts, right? And then your bottoms and your socks.
That's a long sleeve and a short sleeve.
I don't know if those are my bottoms. I don't know.
Those are your
I
bottoms.
can't. Okay, I can't tell.
They're pretty good for being safe. A lot of underwear is really loose in the
Yeah.
crotch, and too dangerous for Chris's stream. Yours
Yep.
are quite conservative while still
Yes,
having.
because I spent 20
um,
minutes with the model upside down, pulling and tugging and going, get over here, get over here, get over here.
And
I
it's,
literally did.
and it
20
still
minutes
rides
and
up
Marvel
against Chris's
decided.
cock.
Huh?
What?
Was she red in the face by the time you got the knickers sorted?
Probably.
I mean, I probably read
Hanging
the face from
upside
being
down.
upside down. Yeah.
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 Okay, so Rod says the propeller will rotate towards the girl in the bikini, Arwen.
Yeah.
Only once. But then Arwen will be gone.
Well, it'll keep rotating, but not towards her anymore. That's true.
Does he want you to zoom in on the cockpit?
I'm worried about zooming in. You know that. Somebody says, "Go ahead, Chris, zoom in." I'm thinking, no, we're going to come back next week.
Rod wouldn't drop you in it, would he?
No, not Rod.
No, no. See, now what I have to do is I have to hide. I have to hide the guy from Star Wars with the "it's a trap" line somewhere and be like, "Okay, Chris, zoom in. I swear it's not a trap." And you zoom in and there's a little guy. It's a trap.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, here's from Charles.
Charles, yeah.
This is Ruby.
Admiral Akbar. is
I
his
can
name.
There
tell
you go.
because it says Ruby in the picture. Awesome stuff, Mr.
Trying
Charles.
something different.
Pacific or Atlantic, sunset or sunrise? I don't know. Maybe it's the Indian.
That's got to be an HDR ride, isn't it?
No, it's real.
Background, I think.
So good stuff there, Mr. Charles. Hey, but we're not done with Ruby just yet.
So how's Sarah feeling?
Huh? You can ask her. She's on the next one.
That's right. It's Ruby on Tuesday. Exactly.
Ruby Tuesday, yeah.
There we go.
And those of us that know Ruby Tuesday showing their age.
That's
No,
Sarah
the
on
song
Team
or you
Loki.
mean the restaurant?
That's
Yeah, that's
Loki's
my-
shirt and his
It's a sporty swim bottoms
Sporty
and
swim bottom.
the short sleeve raglan top, and that is from the summer pop add-on. And I think possibly the bottoms might be using an add-on. Don't know for sure. I cannot remember the base colors I used for those because I ended up making
There's
like
not that
80.
many. There's not that many materials for the bottoms
No,
in the one that I have. So
well the base has 16 or 17, and then the add-ons have 20 apiece.
yeah, well, I don't have the add-ons. All I have is the base. I have the base
Oh,
colors.
okay.
That's it.
I have to fix that. Wait, I think Sporty Swim. Hold on. Sporty Swim might only have one add.
Given the add-on, Sarah's going to have trouble making choices.
Yeah, Sporty Swim only has the beach. Right. I didn't start doing 2 until the ring top. I couldn't make up my mind on 20, so I just said, let's just keep going. Let's make 40. Tiffany.
And it's Tiffany by Charles.
What happened?
It's Tiffany.
Yeah, I hadn't used her in a while.
Think it's sunrise. Cup of tea on the table. Is it tea?
Could be chamomile tea to drink before bedtime, though.
Yeah.
It's sunrise, so it would be a caffeinated drink, I would think.
I found that Impala, Chris.
Yeah.
It's a freebie actually from
Oh,
Red
is it a
Rusty.
freebie?
Yeah, it's a freebie.
Oh,
yeah.
I'll drop the
Right.
link in the chat.
So I guess it's in your stable now.
It is now.
Don't park the car in the
It goes
stable.
in the
Park car in
runtime.
the
It
garage.
doesn't go into the DAS content. It goes in the poser content.
Yeah, you have to dig it out of the poser content.
Is it?
Good stuff, Charles.
Thank you, thank you.
Charles has got something in the alt gallery, which is going to stay over there in the alt gallery.
One of that you want to put that one on Twitch. Chris.
No, I don't think I
I mean,
quite.
it's fairly covered, but it's
it-
not covered enough.
Yeah, that's my thing. Exactly. Charles knows my standards at this point. Discord. So if you want to check it out, go to the Discord and look in the alt gallery. There you go. There's the link. I hope that link still works. I don't know. I can't show this from you though.
That
Sarah,
outfit doesn't look very logical to me.
Loki.
Yeah, the link works.
It's a little cheeky, but I've seen that much cheek on Twitch.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
When I was doing research for research purposes.
if you need me to, I can really quickly superimpose a hot tub in the background, and you're perfectly in the TOS.
Right.
All
Oh yeah, that's an empty backdrop.
Yeah. Yep.
And-
Yep.
I'm sure there's a hot tub back there somewhere. You just gotta
Ask Rod
squint.
ask Rod to do a composite.
The light
He's
is
good
too
with
bright.
those.
That's the hot tub is there, but the light's too bright. You know me and lighting don't really do it very well.
Yep.
But this
Well,
is After Dark. This is a 3-piece outfit at the moment. It might become a 4-piece. I haven't made up my mind yet. This
Hot
is
tub time machine.
looking to be like the default load for it. So when you load it in, it will look like this. I'm just still iffy on the stitching, whether or not I'm going to keep the stitching in the middle or just keep it on the sides. I haven't made up my mind yet, or I might just lose it altogether. I do like the trim though. I'm going to keep the skirt trim and the panty trim and the stocking trim
Mm-hmm.
and the straps up top. The only thing I'm iffy on is the stitching. But this will be going to Daz.
You have a word with
So-
the photographers, get them to turn the backlight down.
Yeah. Well, it's a transparent image. There is no background. But when you open the number up, it gives it white
I
back.
know it looks nice in Discord, but then you drop it in here, and
Yeah.
the browser says, "You
browser's
know
like-
what? Let's just put white back here."
Browsers like, we
I
don't know
was-
how to do transparent images. What are you talking about? No.
Yeah.
I was being
But,
facetious.
You can pretty much count on this being in my Daz store by August? Question mark.
August of what year?
Yeah, I don't want to put a year on there. That way I don't get yelled at if I'm wrong.
Mhm.
Comes out later. So if I'm like August of 2027, and then the people are like going, I remember on that Saturday Night Social, you said this would be there in August of 2027. It's October. Where is it? I'm like, I don't know.
Mm.
Forgot.
It'll be out in the future given some uncontrollable forces.
Yeah, we're gonna say Daz soon.
Yes, Daz. Well, I haven't finished it yet, so
Yeah.
we can't even make the Daz soon joke.
Mm.
But literally,
Yeah.
I'm hoping to have this done in soon.
How about-
There you go.
how about it to Loki soon?
No, because Loki soon means I just say the hell with it, and I put it on my Ko-fi, I put it on Renderosity and RenderHub, and I make 10 sales
Yes.
total and make like $50.
Yeah.
But if I put it to Daz, I can sell like 200 copies, and I can still make $50. So, because I gotta get that 50 cents a freaking
Yeah.
sale, boy.
Talking to
$21
Daz, what was
product, 80-cent sales.
talking to Daz, what was the bloody link that Jade posted in this Discord? Something about Daz shutting down.
Oh, they're shutting down
What?
the AI character
Oh, yeah.
generator thing.
Oh,
they
is
were
it
doing.
just the AI?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they don't want to pay extra money for the relicensing on it, so they decided to just say, "Oh well, never
Okay,
mind."
yeah.
And I reckon nobody's really using it. So,
That's probably the
It's-
reason they don't want to renew it.
so yeah, it basically comes
Well,
down as why pay for something that's
Yeah.
is not really.
Now that I think
Well, I mean,
about
if
it, somebody
it's
made.
out,
Now that I think about it, somebody made a comment, something like they don't want to be paying Mid-Journey or something.
Yep.
Mm.
because it's
That's-
not, it's
that's
not
their
their
base data set.
technology. It's not their technology. They're just piggybacking off of somebody else as usual.
Oh, okay, so they use Mid-Journey's tech.
Yep.
It's like
Midjourney is
their
the
big
base.
thing when they wanted to get hardcore into animation instead of actually getting some PAs together and doing actual animations, they tried to buy Mixamo instead. And
Yeah.
then Adobe said, "Oh hell no, stay in your lane. We're gonna take Mixamo." And so by buying
Yeah.
Mixamo, so then they created that freaking, I forget what that was called, but they're like they were all mad that they lost Mixamo, so they created their own video game asset side, and they're like, "This is gonna be the end all be all." It tanked within 3-4 months, and now you don't hear about it anymore.
Mixamo's still free, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so,
I
but don't
don't-
quote me on that.
Yeah, I
I've
can't
had
say.
Yeah.
for it since I don't use Unity.
I mean,
But we were getting into Mixamo when we were trying to do some games some years back,
Would-
and that's when I
you-
was like, "Holy crap, Daz works in this thing. I can import a G8, and it will auto rig itself to work with every single Mixamo locomotion, and it's free."
Well, Acticore will do it for you too. There's a downloadable app and a web app.
I never heard of that
I
one. I
see-
only knew about Mixamo.
yes, Midjourney is being sued by everybody's favorite woke company, Disney.
That's like
And Universal and-
the single best thing Disney did lately.
and
Yeah, but
Universal,
you
and I
gonna-
think there are some other big corporate
How are you gonna
entertainment
be
firms
Disney
in there.
and sue anybody for infringement when your entire IP was based off of stealing Brothers Grimm fairy tales and reworking them?
It's not stealing if it's out of copyright.
It's all about where the money's at, man.
It doesn't matter. Just like Marvel. All Marvel did originally was steal other stories and go, "Look how creative we are." And what you get out of that, you get you have an individual rewriting a Bible to say that Loki was actually kidnapped. Loki was stolen from his parents. No, he was not. That didn't
Loki in
happen.
text chat.
Huh?
Well, it will be when I sign in every time I go near bloody Twitch now. You didn't sign in.
Just click that remember me button.
I do.
Oh, they don't want to remember you
Don't
for
wanna
some
remember?
reason.
Okay, and with
Gotta
that,
yell
we're
at
actually
Twitch.
through the gallery. So I do have a cartoon for tonight. So we're going to take a
Turn the
short.
microphone off.
Yep. So we're going to do a short cartoon break.
I'm gonna do a pause for the cause.
Alrighty. So if you want to take a little break, now's a good time. If you want to hang out, watch the cartoon. It's another Oswald the Rabbit cartoon this week. So yeah, let's do this. Where's my thing? Drive-in cartoon. There we go. I'm just putting the screen up. Hold on. There we are. All right. All right,
I
we're back. We're back.
just made it back in time. Yeah, Kiwi, they have come a long way.
Yeah, they built a transfer tool into CC3 to bring in
Right on.
Daz characters, and it's still in CC4. So they've made it very easy to use Daz characters.
Right on. When they first started out with the very first iteration of Crazy Talk, I worked for them.
Yeah,
I don't know if I ever got credited on the software or not, but I did some head designs and I ran the beta team crew. That was fun. And I moved over
I think-
to MASH, Microsoft Agent Scripting Helper.
I think
It's from
there's
Quasi.
I think there's a download to the free tool there, a standalone tool, or you
Yeah.
can do it on their website.
Right on. If I ever
Yeah,
have
that-
any crits, I'll have to keep them in mind. The promo was nice and all, but what they offered and whatnot for what I needed was always kind of few and far between.
And you can get animations there at the same time.
What is it, Belmont?
They have
Why do
some
you
free,
disturb
but
my
not a lot.
peace?
I want you to
My only
cease to
down-
exist, Valdera.
You know,
It
negative
is as
with
simple as that.
Re-Illusion is their prices are a bit stiff.
You can no more dispatch me than a fly could, Belmont. At least not without your
That's what kept me out of
tools.
Content Guard Character Creator. It's too pricey.
Why did you do it,
Dad has me
Valdera?
I mean,
hooked on
What have I
hours.
done?
You know damn well what
I
you've
mean, their
done,
latest
Valdera.
deal
Merinos.
is that you
He has
buy
been released, and only you have that
$399
type of power
dollars
and
worth of
knowledge.
stuff off their site, a lot of which will be crap you'll never use, and they'll give you CC5 for free.
Ah,
Which is
once
worth
again making claims with no
$299.
proof of the things you speak.
You want proof? Then you'll have it.
So you spend an extra $199 for shit.
So is there any information with this? Because I'm still confused. Because like Castlevania is an actual video game series. And I have to understand that this is not something from a Castlevania actual video game. So like,
I think it's
What
a
am I missing?
It's-
reimagining or an inspired by thing.
Yeah, it'd
okay.
probably inspired him to do
'Cause
this
outside
short
of the-
movie.
outside of the text, it looks like something that could be in a Castlevania game. So I didn't know if Quasi got hired, Quasi did some work, or if it was just like a fan edit type thing. I didn't know.
Down here. Disclaimer about series. Castlevania New Age is not parody or fan fiction. This is my based on Castlevania series tribute to it. Not making these
Fa-
not making these shorts are a form of role play, but rather making a Castlevania story of my own storylines to the characters of Belmont, Dracul.
Right
Seem
on.
familiar? They are not the ones you know from the games or the films.
Inspired by the sound of it.
Yeah, please enjoy these shorts as they come to the network channel. There you go.
Cool.
Fan inspired video.
Hey, bud, let's party.
So that's from Quasi. All right, this is from me. Submitted this outfit to Daz this week.
So look for that in July.
Yep. Should be July. Yes. Well, I mean,
Well, I mean, it
July's
really
not that
can't
far
be
away, really.
9 days away, right?
I was wondering why I couldn't see anything. When I logged in, it stopped the browser.
Yep.
Oh. All right. Here's a bunch of cops from a series from Leo.
That one's got the powdered donut hair.
That's right.
Or it could have been a drug bust. That could be cocaine.
Yep.
It's getting
Oops,
worse.
oops.
No. You want it worse? You want it worse?
They run from one addiction to the next.
No, you want it worse?
Yeah.
So they busted a sketchy donut shop that was using cocaine as powdered sugar. So
Yeah. In the middle of a nuclear fallout.
yes.
Hold on
It's
just a
Beirut,
second. I'll be right
Beirut
back.
cocaine donut shop.
All
Talking
right,
about a
I'm back.
bottle hidden by the chair. There's a hole in the seat. You don't. Bottles takes too much work. You got to stand up, open the bottle, and you just. Streamers don't wear pants, and they have toilet seats on their gaming chairs. I speak from experience as a streamer for many years.
James Bond had to sit in a chair like that once. It didn't make it.
Is that when the
Daniel Craig? Nobody cares about him.
Yeah.
Right?
Is that when that rotating saw was coming down at him?
Yeah. And the villain spends 20 minutes telling his master
Yeah,
plan.
but first,
"You're an
let me
action guy."
explain my plan in great
Yes.
detail with slides and animations.
and circles and arrows and a description on the back of each one explaining what it is. Arlo Guthrie shows up to do the narration for the villain.
Yeah. He's talking for 45 minutes without saying a thing.
And then the judge walked in with a CNN dog, and it was a case of blind justice.
There was another one I used to like, Loki, was and it wasn't Arlo Guthrie, but some guy did a Vietnam talking blues thing, and it finished up with the guy was stoned and he stepped out in the bush to have a pee, and he's standing beside the guy. He looked around and this guy's got a black cap on with a red star on the front. They're both laughing their heads or something. But it was a whole Vietnam talking blues thing that was taking the piss out of the Vietnam War.
That was Johnny Cash.
Was it?
I think so. Vietnam Talking Blues, singing in Vietnam Talking Blues, song by Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
Let me look at the lyrics.
I loved it. I could never
Johnny
find
Cash
it.
was a commie.
The what?
Well, he was.
Johnny Cash was a
Commie.
commie.
He was.
I don't know.
Because the US soldier ended up having a pee in the bush beside a commie.
That's right.
Yeah. All stoned.
Totally not Ron Perlman.
It's Ice-T, damn it.
Right. It's Ice-T.
Mr. T.
No, I'm serious. I'm gonna throw a picture of Ice-T from Judgment Night into the gallery, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
All right. This is from Loki wearing the summer flow dress.
Or Judgment Day, whatever the hell the thing was called.
As long as it's Twitch safe.
Well, I mean, it's a major motion picture.
Well, still. So was the Wolf of Wall Street, and I'm not showing some of those scenes.
Come on, let's do a Wolf of Wall Street watch. As long as we can rewind over and over again the scene. All right, I want to open image in new tab. Come on, image in new tab.
This is Willie showing the obligatory behind the back shot.
Yeah. With no,
This is
no
just to
crack
show I'm
shot.
not crazy.
That's right, no crack. Crack kills. Remember that.
We all.
The crack was in the hair of that cop earlier.
Yeah.
Where's the? Oh, there it is. There's Ice
the
T.
Billies. Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, getting a little lighter, I guess.
That woman reminds me of Melina from Hellblade.
All right, there you go. I put 2 pictures of Ice-T in the chat in the gallery, so you'll understand what I meant by it looks like Ice-T. There's that one there. That's a newer picture of him. I think it's from the whatever show he's got running on. That was him in the 90s. And so if you take the hat off because he is bald and you put that one next to the cop picture, it is very close.
She might have used Rep 3ds Rep to make the character.
Yeah, you're onto something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I still
This
see
is,
more
you know,
Ron Perlman, but
well, because that's what the model.
similarities.
The Daz model was the Ron Perlman lookalike thing, but in this
Yeah.
shot with the beard and goatee, the goatee and mustache thing, and the shades to cover up most of the top part of the face, it's given more Ice-T 1990 vibes for me than Ron Perlman. If
Yeah.
if the bald head is there, I'm gonna say probably more Ron Perlman, but those glasses just made me remember Ice-T. But then I was like, it's Ice Cube, it's Ice something or other.
And
Ice
back
Ice
in the
Baby.
90s, they all used these aviator.
Yeah, oh hell yeah, they still do kind of.
glasses.
They still kind of
Yeah.
use the aviators. The cops do.
Th-
And yeah, Chris, I was about to say at least I didn't say Vanilla Ice, but you beat me to it with the Ice Ice Baby.
Who apparently is an okay guy, but
Yeah, but you know what his real name is?
I don't. I think I've heard it, but
His real name is Robert Van Winkle.
Oh, he's a Van Winkle?
Yeah, he's a Van Winkle.
I don't remember
Okay.
that.
yeah.
Yep, Robert Van
Is he-
Winkle. I would go
is
by
he re-
something else too.
Is he related to Fonzie?
No, he's related to Rip Van Winkle.
All right, this is another one from Willie.
Isn't that Fonzie's name? Henry Van Winkle or something?
Winkler.
Winkler.
Henry Winkler. Yeah. Here, you got me trying to remember his actual name. I'm like, you mean Arthur Fonzarelli? Wait, no, you meant the actor. Okay, hold on. I'm like, wait, what the hell was the Fonz's name? Fonz's name was Arthur Fonzarelli. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And in case you wonder, that is a Ford Mustang behind her on this shot.
Yeah. That's a given.
Yeah, nice work. Here's another one from Willie.
What we call out here Caratani yellow.
The color for the Mustang was mustard yellow.
Mustard.
Yeah,
Mm.
we got a color out here in New Zealand. Yeah.
Hey.
We got a color out here in New Zealand called Caratani yellow,
Hey.
which is loosely translates to baby shit yellow.
Don't remind me. It's been a few years, but you don't forget that stuff.
Speaking of 80s throwback and whatnot, did you all see that they are finally doing a Spaceballs Part 2 next year?
Yeah.
Should be out by 27.
Yeah.
It's gonna suck.
I mean, as long as Mel doesn't die before it comes
That's
out,
what
it
my
should be
worry
good.
is.
I mean,
Mel
Mel isn't directing, he's not producing, he's just showing up in it. It's gonna be shit.
Wait, what?
Yes.
She's going to do the
fuck
yogurt
that, then.
voice, right?
It's gonna be a complete corporate the
I
whole
thought he
that
was finally doing it and whatnot, so we could actually get the whole. We can revisit the whole the merch portion.
Well, that may be
They
that
did a
may
whole
be
thing
a
about
good plan.
Spaceballs too, and they never did it. Hold on, I need to look at this. I can't see Mel just putting his name on there. There's no way in
Yeah,
hell.
he's too old. It's a complete corporate freaking flip.
Yeah, I think the dude's like
I mean,
98.
you can have all the plans under the sun, and it depends on what the shareholders say.
Of course, he looks great for 98, honestly.
He
Look what
really
they did to
does.
the
I
He's
think
Witcher.
he looks
98.
better than I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Look what they done to the Witcher story. Netflix totally trashed that.
I don't think about
It
The
started
Witcher.
off good, but it went to shit fast.
So, nice stuff there, Willie, by the way. Thanks.
Thank you.
That's why I
Oh,
believe.
oh God, no. No. Okay, all right.
I-
Now, hold on. Completely right.
I-
The screenplay
believe
for
that's-
Spaceballs 2 is being co-written by Josh Gad, aka Olaf from fucking Frozen. Just bleh.
Oh,
Benji Samit and Dan Hernandez. They are working alongside Mel Brooks, who is also producing the film.
no.
So Mel is also writing it along with Josh
Along with-
and Benji and Dan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but who's going to have the biggest say in that lot?
Olaf, because he's the fattest one in the room. But actually, I think he got some Ozempic. He looks skinnier now than he did. Josh is also expected to star in the film. The movie is described as a non-prequel, non-reboot sequel part 2, but with reboot elements franchise expansion film. Tell me Mel didn't write that. Come on now. That's Mel.
Yeah, but
That's Mel.
marketing.
There's
never
a
comes
trailer
close to
which
the
feels like
reality.
Mel Brooks.
Marketing never comes close to the
I will
reality.
tell you, if they don't call it The Search for More Money, I ride. Because that's what the joke was back in '87, that Spaceballs 2 would be called The Search for More Money. So if they don't at least stick to that, then
Yeah.
screw them.
Yeah.
And I like how people are all pissed off that Rick Moranis will be reprising his role, but he wasn't in the Ghostbusters reboot. It's like, how come we can't get Rick into Ghostbusters reboot, but we can get him in Spaceballs 2?
You watch the shareholder with the most money, and his ideas will get into the pay.
Okay. As long as it doesn't go woke, I'm all right.
Bound to.
No.
And they're gonna push a little into it for sure.
No, they can't. They can't. We are reaching
do.
the end of the wokeness train, thank God.
No, we aren't. Look at Buddy, Oblivion remastered.
What
Type
about
1,
Oblivion?
type-
What
Type
about
1,
Oblivion
Type 2. Type 1, Type 2 characters, and you can't make any character unless it's ugly.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that was in production when woke was still big, so
Yeah.
they kind of have to run the course with it.
They
Yeah, they
also
can't
re-added
redo
the
it.
soundtrack from The Rapist. So
Exactly. Thank you very much. Thank you
you have
very
something
much.
to
You
get
said it. You said what I wasn't going to say.
it's a damn good soundtrack.
It is. It is. And I'm sorry if y'all
Didn't-
can't separate the art from the artist, then we're going to lose a lot of media over the years because there's a lot of people who did some bad stuff, who made some good art.
Puff Daddy.
Oh, God.
Why? You threw such great parties.
Oh, P. Diddy, the whole reason that lube went up in stocks, you made me be able to retire. Because I had stock in Astroglide. Yeah, just imagine 20 years from now. Daddy, would you tell us how you met Mommy? Well, son, we met at a freak off.
I was holding an egg. She was a slut.
After the drugs wore off, your mom decided she did like me. Oh, jeez.
Daddy, why is it you've been charged? I'm the product of a charge you made 30 years ago, and when you're at a drug party.
Well, kiddo, the statute of limitations had not run out yet. President Trump decided that there was no such thing as statute of limitations.
Well, it's on the game before he come around, wasn't it?
No, I was making a joke that 30 years from now, Trump's
Yeah,
still
okay.
president.
Because I mean, the
Supreme
Me Too,
Putin dictator leader.
Yeah.
the Me Too movement was screwing people from 30, 40-year-old bloody behavior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next we're getting U3.
Hey, I do want to bring something up. It's not necessarily political, but it is about Trump. When everyone was waiting, when everyone was waiting for him to say something about if we were going to get involved or not, he trolled everybody with a 3-paragraph tweet about a flagpole, and a paragraph and a half was about how great the pole was, how it was 100 feet tall and galvanized steel, most beautiful pole in the world, blah 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 blah. Digging will start at 7:30. The flags will be raised at approximately 11 a.m. And half the internet's like, that was a coded message. This is not about flags. And so it made the entire world that cared tune into the news the next morning to see if we were actually putting up flags at the White House, and we were. Okay. And now here's the whole reason that I wanted to mention this. He went on a rant for a good 6 solid minutes, just, saying the quiet parts out loud and whatnot. He's got the work crew standing behind him, and he's like, and these guys are here, best guys, great workers, great workers. Don't worry, they're all legal. Turns around to the one guy who looks like he probably is Mexican. He goes, it's all right. Even if you're not, we'll keep you here. And I'm just like, dude, shut the fuck. It gets better, though. It gets better. He goes, and look at these guys. They're so handsome. They're so great. They're going to be movie stars. They're going to be making lots of movies. Look at all the cameras on them. You're going to all be movie stars. Not with Harvey, though. He's having a bad time, Mr. Weinstein. And I'm like, what are you? Just shut up. Just someone cut his mic. He just went on for 6 minutes straight, just talking about like Harvey Weinstein. We'll keep the illegal alien that's working on my flagpole. And I'm going, this is why people think we're crazy. It's like, but I'm here for. I'm just sitting here laughing my ass off, going, oh, I love 2025.
There's a lot of fog between them two ears, mate.
It was brilliant, though. I mean, I'm like, I had to rewind the video and turn the captioning on to make sure I didn't like make believe that stuff that was coming out of his mouth. I'm like, no, he absolutely said, even if you're illegal, we'll keep you around. I'm like, wow, dude, no, just no. And that guy looked really scared to be there right on that camera too. I'm kind of going, maybe you're not supposed to be on camera, buddy.
I watched an interview from an American guy of Jacinda Ardern now that she's at Harvard. And he said, are you worried about being picked up by ICE? And she said, well, I think I'm fairly safe. I've got a Harvard degree, But it crossed his mind that because she's a New Zealander, she might just suddenly become an illegal alien.
Shit.
Right. I mean, that would...
It's
That'll
not
go
that
down like a lead balloon.
It's not that we're the errand boy. It's social media has a really short attention span, because it wasn't too long ago that we were supposed to be anti-Israel and pro Palestine. Then all of a sudden, somebody else drops some missiles at Israel, and all of a sudden, oh no, we're supposed to support Israel again. And I'm like, wait, could you guys make up your mind of who the good guys and who the bad guys are? Because it's getting kind of annoying. The best part about that was a couple of years ago when they started boycotting businesses because they didn't support the veterans or whatever. Like, oh, we must now boycott Starbucks because Starbucks doesn't support the VA. And then Starbucks goes, actually, we give this much millions every year to the veterans. Oh, we love Starbucks. And it's like, yeah, but we don't pay our workers. Oh, we're boycotting Starbucks again. And I'm just like, you know what? Just stop. Log off, go outside, touch grass. Can't
I mean, you back whoever's financially viable, don't you?
Well, no, this is I have never. Okay, Willie, you might remember this. Remember the AI channel I found on YouTube with the crazy alien? Yeah. That were talking about humans and shit, right?
Yeah.
So the funniest damn thing that I've ever heard in my life is an alien race trying to explain humans as a civilization.
Good luck with that.
No, because it was brilliant. It was brilliant. It said America, home to, oh God, to helpless corporations that needed the support of their customers. And I'm like, yep, that's America. Because all of a sudden now we're all, oh, we feel bad for the billionaires. We need to help the billionaires because they need our help. It's like, what? Okay.
Well, Elon needs all your donations now, doesn't he? He just blew up half his space program.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, that
Shit's crazy.
That he should have done that on the 5th of November.
Remember the 5th of Gunpowder Treaty.
Yeah.
I see
I
no
don't know.
reason.
Do you guys have that over there?
I mean, we've got a
We
bunch of
know about it, but we don't
hoity-toity
celebrate.
kids that like to pretend to be Guy Fawkes,
Yeah.
and they all watch V for Vendetta and post on 4chan. But that's about as far as it goes here.
And I guess too, if companies figured that you could make big money by selling fireworks, they'd score the whole thing and make it a thing. Fireworks, they'd
Oh yeah,
score
yeah.
the whole thing and make it a thing. And that's probably the main reason they exported Halloween.
So candy.
Halloween was funny because like every day of my life growing up in the 80s and the end of the 70s, I was always told don't take candy from strangers. Then once a year I was paraded around strangers' houses and asked for candy.
Yes, the most confusing
but-
holiday.
And I'm like,
Yeah,
next
but
up, you're
dude-
gonna make me get into the vans, right? Because I keep being told, don't talk to strangers, don't talk to strangers. Fast forward to today, Uber, Lyft. It's like, wait,
They're
I'm
not-
so confused.
But I guess they're not strangers if your parents know them.
No, they don't because what we would seriously what we would always do when I was growing up is we would always drive to the rich neighborhood because they gave out the
Yeah.
full candy bars, right?
Yeah.
So we'd go 4 towns over. My parents didn't know these people.
No,
It's
but
like, come
well,
on.
your parents are there though, are they not? Or was that the time before that?
So like depending on how old you are, maybe, but like
Yeah.
I was literally told, go out, be home by the time the streetlights come on. Do not eat anything out of the bag until we check it. It might be razor blades in there. You know, as much as that crap I got growing up, I got a lot less razor blades in my candy than I expected to get. Right, which was none. I got no razor blades in my candy, no drugs in my candy. That was just the parents' lie to eat my shit. Take my
Well,
candy. From
I imagine that most human beings don't really want to be that horrific to children.
No, I mean, I honestly believe it was an wives' tale to make us hand our candy over to parents, and they go, "Oh, this looks a little bit suspicious. Have to take this to the police station," meaning they're eating it when I go to bed. And when it comes down to putting drugs in the candy, yeah, especially back then, drugs were really expensive. You weren't going to spend that much money to dose a bunch of children when you can't see the result of it. You know, no one had that kind of free money running around.
And parents aren't going to know who's got the. Hello, what's this hot soap? Help me crack a cold case.
What?
Oh, bloody ads! Audible.
Oh,
Bloody ads.
When I look at this,
What?
Sorry,
this thing on screen from Loki, if my wife were to wear that,
Let's party.
I see her pulling on that like to pull it down all the time.
All right.
yeah, I wanted
got-
to make it longer, but at the same time, I wanted to just frame her butt. Honestly, I'm like, you know what? I ended up shortening it back up again because originally it went down about half cheek. But I was like, you know what? I just kind of like the way it frames it better this way, so I went back to smaller. Well, not
Maybe
smaller,
a little
shorter.
But every time I see this, I'm imagining my wife wearing it. I'm then trying to pull it down. Gives me a chuckle every time.
I could see a lot not wearing the undies because they're not worth wearing.
Yeah, I'm not 100% on the panties, to be honest. I like the back, but I don't like the front.
It's fine.
So I might tweak it a little bit.
It-
I kind of
Careful
want the front to
somebody
be-
doesn't say why she wearing Y fronts.
Huh?
You obviously didn't have Y fronts in the States.
I mean, I don't know much about women's underwear.
No,
So
Y fronts aren't for females.
Y fronts were bloody big woolen male underwear.
okay.
Yeah,
I just assumed because it's the shape of a Y that you were talking about those panties right there.
yeah.
Yeah,
Why?
in this
It-
case, it's the shape, but
yeah.
the original was nothing like this.
Okay.
No, the original had come from a navel and probably go to a knees.
All right,
Okay.
and with
Pretty
that,
good.
we're
I'm not
gonna
gonna
call
hang
it
out.
a
Yeah,
night.
Chris is like, I'm out of here.
That's right. You may have noticed I did all my shout outs and stuff while you all are chatting.
Oh, you're
I,
shouting.
I saw that.
You saw
I
that? Yeah.
Chris,
Well,
I'm not gonna hang out for the raid.
okay.
I
Well,
gotta-
thank you for being here, Charles. I
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
appreciate it.
I wanna take
I'll
the
see
cats
everybody later.
downstairs.
I think we're
I'm
just gonna
going to
rate
bed
Josh
too.
Wu tonight. Josh Wu does
Sleep
movies
well,
on
guys.
Saturday night. He's a pretty cool cat. Normally
Catch
does.
you guys on the next one.
Bye, Willie.
So thank you all for being here. Let's
Bye,
do
Loki.
this.
Bye, guys.
Go over, say hi to Josh, and see what he's showing tonight. Control V. And if anybody's over there on the YouTube, like and subscribe. So let's
Yeah.
do this. Grab the appropriate raid call and let's go over and say hi to Josh. I
They
started
are
that raid.
Loki in
Hmm?
Twitch chat.
Oh, okay. Let's click this before it goes away.
That's right. It's going away soon.
Well, no, when you hit the raid button.
Right. It scrubs the chat. And my brain stopped. What am I doing? I'm raiding out. That's right. We do that. Well, anyhow, I hope you all have a good rest of a Saturday, or a Sunday for those of you on the happy side of the planet. And I will be back Monday, 2 p.m. for making 3D stuff. Until then, I hope you have hasta la vista, baby.
Bye-bye.